Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Wednesday, November 19th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. I will start with the big picture, of course, and just kind of backtracking to show you that we did have a long-term buy signal above the 365.65 formation. There were other line studies at that time a couple of months ago when this occurred, setting up 527.87 as a long-term, I'd mentioned 5 to 8 month target. And the reason we went with such a long-term target is because of the existence of this structure, this rising channel, the base of which is 388.57 all week long. On the daily chart, it comes in at 389.02. But the point I'm making here is upward momentum from that buy signal above 365.65 remains intact above 388.57. In other words, I'm not crazy about buying 365.65 if tested, because I think it implies a violation of 388.57, if this makes sense. So holding above 388.57, we can pull out of here. And in fact, we can continue all the way back up to the 527.87 formation over the next 2 to 3 months at the soonest. I'd say by the end of Q1 at the latest. And we do need to get up and out of here because this is a steeply rising structure. It is, though, 7-8 months in the making and does deserve the 1% violation threshold, which we have here at 384.68. Even a daily settlement at or below 384.68 should be respected for at least exiting your long position you may have established in the upper 380s. So if we close today 384.68 or lower, you can expect a test tomorrow 365.65, assuming we also close the week below the upper 380s, 388.57. We should within, we could call this 2 to 3 months, but with more recent volatility, this could certainly be within 3 to 5 weeks.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
308.21. 308.21 is a rising 2/3 speed line on the daily chart, trend defining. I like it because it also lines up pretty well with the 5/8 Fibonacci on the same weekly chart. And where are you? Yeah, 5/8 Fibonacci is around 315. And by that I mean from the April low against that recent high from about a month ago, you've got 315 and change. So this area significant and expected if we close. Let's just go with the week at 384.68 or lower. But I do think if we close today at 384.68 or lower, you should expect 365.65 tomorrow, Thursday. And unless we can bounce out of here back above 389.02, then we are in a sell signal. In fact, on a daily basis, it is reason enough to sell the market, whether that means merely exiting a long position or actually playing the short side. I have no problem in establishing a short position if we were to close today at 384.68 or lower, 365.65 then expected by Friday's close. And as we continue, quite possibly through the rest of the year, we could see 308.21, which shows up nicely on the weekly chart here. I will continue, though, and mention that if we do in the months ahead also close below 308.21, this channel bottom at 204 even becomes a realistic, I'm going to call that a 2 to 3 month target. And you can see there's nothing ridiculous about this, given the wild swings we've seen in Tesla. That can just continue on. There is a small case to be made that closing below 388.57 does imply 204 over the next 5 to 8 months, but I don't think that is necessarily realistic. I think what you can expect is 308.21, where we can bottom out. You can aggressively buy the market here, reverse out of a short position, go long well into the first quarter. So that covers kind of the big picture. Let's jump into really the next 2 to 3 weeks or so. 389.02 is that weekly, is the daily channel bottom that we find in the weekly at 388.57. And this is really what I would call our 2 to 3 week target at 460.55. And it does remain a 2 to 3 week target. You may be long right now from the testing of this formation last Friday. Upside, you might buy it on strength. If you're not long already and you do not get the opportunity to buy 389.02, you might buy a settlement today above 415.68, because I see that as kind of the pull away factor to the upside, where by the end of next week we could reach 460.55. 460.55 well suited to contain weekly buying pressures, possibly well into December. We could fall away from here. We could fill this wedge out for the next 3 to 5 weeks, perhaps. But overall, it is 389.02 that is the stronger of the two, because this spans some 8 months, and 460.55 some 2 months. Closing above 460.55 does set up that 525, 530 area. What is the exact number? 527.87. I think realistically, and let's just go back to this chart to kind of scope that out, if you will. You've got 525, 527 right here. If we were to close above 460.55 over the next couple of weeks, yeah, this is like a 3 to 5 week, 1 to 2 month move at the most. So as I see it, holding above 389.02, I'd mentioned how within 2 to 3 to 5 months, we can push up to our ultimate objective in that 525, 527 area. This is better shown here. And it would be then a settlement in the coming 2 or 3 weeks above 460.55 that would place that 527 and change in reach within a month or two at the most, where I might add 527.87, a 5-year channel top, able to contain buying on a quarterly, possibly annual basis. Let's cover the downside just one more time. Actually, here's an upside play. If we push, and I don't see this today, so this is a bit stair-step, as you can see. 415.68 can contain a daily buying pressures, this former channel bottom. We could continue to trade inside this 389.02 to 415.68 area for the next few days. And if we close above 415.68, you've got 439.20 the very next day. That is a 5/8 Fibonacci upside retracement from that move high from a couple of weeks ago against the recent low. But I really see 415.68 as our upward pivot point. That's why I have UP next to it, up pivot. 439.20, then likely within a matter of a day or two, and 460.55 within a matter of a week or two, which is a 2 to 3 week target anyway, above 389.02. Once again, closing below 389.02. Expect 365.65 within 1 to 3 days, 308.21, quite possibly by the end of the year. This is a 3 to 5 week sell-off. You may wait for a weekly settlement of 384.68 or lower. That is 1% below that 388.57 formation on the weekly chart. But I think even if we were to close today, Wednesday, at 384.68 or lower, I think that is signal enough to play the short side, or at least exit a long position you may have established in that same area. Is there anything else to say? I don't think so. Please click like, share, subscribe. Check out wickedstocks.com. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with Thursday's Tesla, and you have a great day.